My name is Elena Ramirez. I am 62 years old, and for 15 years I carried a pain so deep it felt like part of my soul had been buried with my younger brother, Mateo. Everyone told me he was dead. The police, the newspapers, even our own family. A car accident on a rainy night in 2009. No body recovered because the river took him. They held a funeral with an empty coffin. I placed white roses on it and cried until I had no voice left. Mateo was my little brother, 8 years younger, my shadow since the day he was born. Our parents died when I was 20 and he was 12, a drunk driver on the highway. From that day, I became his mother, his father, his everything. I worked 2 jobs, cleaning offices by day, waitressing at night, to keep him in school, to buy him the soccer cleats he dreamed of, to make sure he never felt alone. He was talented, so talented, a gifted artist. At 18, he won a scholarship to art school in Mexico City. I was so proud. I drove him to the bus station myself, hugged him tight, and said, "Go make us proud, Mateo. This is your chance." He smiled that big, bright smile and promised to call every week. He did at first. Excited messages about his classes, his new friends, the murals he was painting. Then the calls became less frequent. Then they stopped. When I finally went to the school, they said he had dropped out months earlier. No forwarding address, no explanation. For years I searched. Private detectives, missing persons reports, flyers with his photo in every bus station from Texas to Guadalajara. Nothing. Until that night in 2009, when the police knocked on my door. "Ma'am, we found his car submerged in the river. Wallet, ID, everything inside. We're sorry, but there's no chance he survived." I believed them. We all did. I mourned him every day. I kept his room exactly as he left it. His sketchbooks, his paints, his old soccer jersey hanging on the door. On his birthday, I baked his favorite tres leches cake and ate a slice alone, talking to his photo as if he could hear me. Life went on, but slowly. I married late, at 45, to Carlos, a kind mechanic who understood my pain. We had a daughter, Sophia, now 16. I taught her about her uncle Mateo, the artist, the dreamer, the boy who used to draw cartoons to make me laugh when I came home exhausted. Then, one rainy Tuesday in November 2024, everything changed. I was driving home from the grocery store in downtown San Antonio when I stopped at a red light. A man stood on the median holding a cardboard sign, "Homeless veteran, anything helps, God bless." He was thin, bearded, clothes worn and dirty, hair long and matted under a faded cap. Something about the way he stood, shoulders slightly hunched, head tilted, made my heart skip. The light turned green, but I couldn't move. I stared. He turned his face toward my car, and our eyes met through the rain-streaked windshield. It was Mateo. Older, broken, unrecognizable at first, but those eyes, the same warm brown eyes I had looked into since he was a baby. My hands shook on the steering wheel. Cars honked behind me. I pulled over illegally, hazards on, and got out into the pouring rain. "Mateo?" My voice cracked. He froze. The sign dropped from his hands. His mouth opened, but no sound came out. "Mateo, is that you?" He backed away, shaking his head. "You've got the wrong person, ma'am." "No." I stepped closer, rain soaking my coat. "It's me, Elena, your sister." Tears mixed with rain on his face. He turned to run, but I grabbed his arm, thin, bony, nothing like the strong boy I remembered. "Please don't run, please." He stopped. His body shook with sobs. Elena, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I pulled him into my arms, holding him as he cried like a child. People stared from their cars, but I didn't care. My brother, the one I thought was dead, was alive, and he was suffering. Before I continue, I want to ask you something special. If this story is touching your heart, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. It helps me know you're here with me. And tell me in the comments, which city are you watching from right now? Let's connect. I took him home that night. Carlos and Sofia were shocked, but they welcomed him without questions. We gave him clean clothes, a hot meal, a shower. He ate slowly, like he was afraid it would disappear. That night, sitting at our kitchen table with coffee, just like I used to make for him when he was young, Mateo finally told me the truth. He never went to art school. The scholarship was real, but when he arrived in Mexico City, he met a group of older artists, charismatic, free-spirited, living on the edge. They introduced him to drugs, first marijuana, then harder things. Within months, he was addicted. He dropped out, spent the scholarship money on heroin, lived on the streets. He was too ashamed to come home, too ashamed to call me. He changed his name, drifted from city to city, Houston, Dallas, San Antonio. He joined the Army in 2012 under a false identity, hoping structure would save him, served 2 tours in Afghanistan, saw things no one should see, came back with PTSD, nightmares, addiction worse than ever. The Army discharged him honorably, but he had no support, no family, because we thought he was dead. He lived in shelters, under bridges, begging when he had to. For 15 years, he watched life from the outside, believing he didn't deserve to come back. I saw your face on missing persons posters years ago, he whispered. I wanted to call, but I thought you'd hate me, that you'd be better off thinking I was dead than knowing I became this. I cried harder than I had at his empty grave. You were never dead to me, Mateo. You were always here. I touched my heart. Always. The months that followed were hard. Recovery isn't a straight line. Mateo went to rehab, paid for with money I'd saved for Sofia's college. He relapsed twice, but he fought. Therapy for PTSD, NA meetings, art classes to rediscover his talent. Carlos built him a small studio in our garage. Sofia calls him Tío Mateo and shows him her drawings. He smiles now, real smiles. Today, Mateo is 54, clean for 14 months. He paints again, beautiful murals about loss, redemption, second chances. He volunteers at veterans shelters, helping others who fell like he did. He lives in a small apartment we helped him rent. Every Sunday, he comes for dinner. We eat tres leches cake and talk about everything, the years we lost, the years we have now. I no longer visit an empty grave. I visit my brother, alive, healing, loved. Sometimes life takes everything from us to give us something better. Sometimes the people we think we've lost forever come back when we're ready to love them without judgment. Mateo taught me that forgiveness isn't just for him, it's for me too, to let go of the pain I carried for 15 years. If you've ever lost someone and found them again, or wish you could, share your story in the comments. Which city are you watching from right now? Let's connect. Thank you for listening. If this moved you, like, subscribe, and share. There are more stories waiting.